I mean, I feel like every time you come up here, just wondering what it's been like. I know it was a whirlwind for you to get here, but back again, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, had a kind of a crazy trip here, but in the end, I made it.
What is
Just in
it?
time.
Yeah, literally just in
Yeah.
time. What has it been like in your time with Utica, and where you're sort of seeing your game at, and where it's going right now?
Yeah, obviously, I want to be the best night in, night out down in Utica, and just give the team the best chance to win every night.
Do you feel that you've been able to keep that momentum for yourself?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, we've had some struggles down in Utica, but we're slowly starting to picking it up again, so that's great. And sometimes you just have those kind of slumps, but you just gotta get out of it somehow.
I know it's part of the process of, being on that list where you get called up and go back down, get called up and go back down. But what is that like mentally, knowing that that's really, you're the next man up in that situation?
Yeah, obviously you just try to prepare down in Utica too. You try to develop, but at the same time gotta make sure that when you get the call up, you're ready to play and fit in here.
How different has it been knowing the success that you have already found at some points at the NHL level?
Yeah, obviously it helps with the confidence compared to last year, especially. Just knowing that you can't play well here. It's just now about finding the.
Oh my God, that was disgusting.
It's just about no, you're good. Just about finding the consistency. Yeah.
And Akira, what can you tell the fans about the way that the Comets play that maybe don't get the chance to watch them that much? Do they play a similar style to the Devils? Any similarities there?
Yeah, obviously we try to keep the system as close as possible. So once the player, whoever it is, gets a call up, it's the transition is easier. So I would say it's somewhat similar. Yeah.
And how's Holtz doing down there? Is he doing okay with the transition going back down to the AHL?
Yeah, I mean he's a great player. So for him to usually transition down is pretty or fairly easy. So yeah, he's doing well.
Yesterday, one of the things that I really noticed talking to guys after the game is people were talking about respecting the game. And they didn't feel, and you probably didn't feel, that you guys respected the game particularly in that first period. Can you explain to me what that means, respecting the game versus not respecting the game?
Yeah, I think obviously we all felt that we came all way too sloppy against a really good team. I think we all knew as a group that it was going to be a really tough game, and it was going to be a pretty low scoring chance. We know they were going to be good defensively, and it's not going to be a lot of rush chances. And I think we were trying to play a little too fancy, and we were getting away from our structure and our details in the game a little bit. And I mean, when you're playing against such a good team like LA, you're gonna have to pay for it. So I think the whole first period just was kind of a wake-up call for us to really get back together as a group. And I think from there on, we played some really solid hockey, and I think that's what we always talked about with respecting the game. That we gotta start on the right foot every single game. We can't let these teams have the first period up on us every time.
So I guess from what my understanding is, respecting the game is also about respecting your game and what you guys can do on your own without whatever a team is doing to you.
Yeah, exactly. We all feel as a group that we can play some really good hockey against the best teams in the league, and we're up there. And I mean, we gotta know from each other what makes us successful too, and respect that, and not getting away from it. It's the small details, and our success has always been taking the defense first. We played some solid defense, and when we get away with them, we get a little too fancy down there. We have to pay for it.
Talking to Jonas yesterday after the game, he said after that first period, guys stood up and said, "This is unacceptable. We can't do this. We can't play like this." What does it mean to a group when you have that discussion in an intermission and actually execute and go out and get the result that you need?
Yeah, obviously it's important, and obviously it's important to have guys and have a committed group that really stands up together and really make sure that everyone is on the right foot. And I mean, we want so much from each other, and we put some high expectation on each other. So obviously coming out like that is unacceptable for us as a group. That shows our leadership and our mentality as a whole unit, as a whole group, that we really come together and we really make it work. We're not just guys talking in the locker room and saying the right things, we actually show it too.
One of the things he said on that same note is that maybe last year we would have had that conversation, but it wouldn't have happened. Is that a mentality thing? Is that a growth thing? Or is that having a different type of belief in one another right now?
Yeah, I think it's a combination of all the stuff that you mentioned. Obviously, we are an extremely committed group, and I mean, all of us have grown individually and taken bigger steps. And at the same time, I think that just a frustration from previous season, how it went down, and I mean, we had some success so far this season that makes us really hungry. That makes us want even more, and I think that kind of bonds together with all of this, with us being hungry and with us being committed and growing as a group.
Thanks, Jesper.